Hello everyone, playing game 2 with Grimface. As I've said before in previous duels, going second is not something that bothers me. There are a lot of advantages that you gain from actually going second, where if you didn't go, or if you went first, you actually might be at a disadvantage. I think people put way too much value on it overall. Like, since I'm going second, I get to find out what my opponent is playing and respond to their moves, which this is, in this day of Yu-Gi-Oh!, you want to respond to your opponent, not the other way around. And it's just, you can play all of your stuff and not be that worried about what's going to happen to it. Like right now, my opponent doesn't know what I have. Maybe I have a dark hole in my hand. I'm just going to blow up both of these monsters. Well, that was actually a pretty powerful opening play, especially for Photons. So now it's time to decide, what do I want to do? I will probably go for the Super Poly. Ugh. Yeah, that's looking like it's going to be the best option. So I'm going to blind MSG just to maximize my chances of this working. And because it's Photon, so their back row is... It's probably pretty standard like mine. I'm not really using anything special. Like, it's just staple back row. Even though it totally wins games, so I think it's a great idea. And I was lucky enough to open up with one of my grave monsters, so that's what I'm going to be discarding. And unless they have an MST of their own, then there's no way that they can get over this because you can't respond to Super Poly, so that's looking like it's going to be the case. And this is actually a really expendable monster in my opinion, at least for this deck. Like, I don't need this on the field. I don't necessarily care if it gets removed or destroyed. The main goal is really just remove your opponent's monsters. So even if they were to use something like a D-Prisoner or Mirror Force, I would still feel like I'm just going 1 for 1, which is a fair trade in my opinion. And if this doesn't get banished, I can call the Haunted, so I'm going to be keeping it on the field. And Photons are a deck that they don't actually use any field spells, although I could be wrong. There could be some weird builds out there, but typically they don't run a field. So I didn't use Zephyros on Zombie World, but there are a few instances where I would actually want to keep Zombie World in my hand, so I would have used Zephyros. And they're gonna... Oh wait, can they attack? No, I don't think they can. So they're... Let's see, I'm sure they're gonna make a rank 8, although I'm not really sure which. Let's see, so this can't attack while it's equipped with Galaxy 0. Do I have that right? Let's see, cannot attack or activate its effects. Okay, yeah, they're just gonna make a rank 8. Okay, they're going into one of the new Photons. Let's see, I do not at all remember what this does. I've read it, but just once. Attack. Can detach from X, you can this card once per turn. Oh man, I might actually let this hit. Let's see, this card is destroyed by your opponent's card effect. Well, it has an activate this effect, so this card. Okay, it has no self-protection, so I'm just gonna banish it. It does have an effect when it gets destroyed, so I'd rather avoid that. Although, even if they run into this, its attack is gonna become 0, and then I'm gonna get... okay, you know what, that's fine. So I'll take 200, but then I'll gain a 4,000 attack token, and this will go to 0. Trying to run over a Dragon Necro is usually not a great idea, so I'm curious what's going to happen. Okay, they are going to use its effect. Yeah, so I do take damage, but then I'm going to have a real big token, and I can just run back over that. Oh, and then also I can use Call the Haunted. Oh, you know what? I think you can use Dragon Necros on a monster that's already 0. I'm not sure about that, though. That's interesting. Okay, and top decking into an MST at a pretty nice time. I don't have to worry about getting blown up by a Mirror Force or something. Hopefully it's not a chainable MST, that would be kind of disappointing. Oh, just a Lance. Okay, that doesn't actually help. And then what does this do when it gets destroyed? There's so much text. This card is destroyed with its card effect has a Galaxy Eyes on it. You can activate this effect. Special summon this card during your second standby phase after activation. Oh. Okay, there's not going to be... Yeah, there's not going to be enough time for them to use that effect. The duel is not going to last that long. So this is just going to be... Just so I can figure out if I can get the effect, even though the monster already has 0 attack. Yeah, that's fine if they gain attack. I really don't care if this gets destroyed or hit by battle by any means necessary. Let's see, will I get another 4,000 attack token? Heck yes, I will. and that's going to be overkill. I mean, I have another 3200. Photons, though, not that bad. This is actually a really interesting new rank 8 form. So if you enjoyed this duel, please comment, like, subscribe, and stay brutal.